Okay, hey, this is Mark coming to you from Baker's Green Acres. Today's the 14th. It's like 11 o'clock in the morning, and I am just finishing up bringing the last of the hay up. And I thought this would be interesting to show like the agony of defeat a little bit here. Last night, I wanted to get it all up before it rained. And I was down here and it was probably 9:30. I was about one load out from being complete, and I saw this great big horseshoe across the sky, and it was multi-tiered, and it was moving fast, and I had a load on and I was racing for the house, and two of them fell off, and then another one fell off, and then I realized I wasn't going to make it as fast as I needed to get there without getting hit by lightning or worse, getting wet. So I just dropped the trailer and I just scooted and I got up there, and then it hit. We got a half an inch real quick. And, it really does a lot for the land when you get that much water on it real quick like that. But anyway, these are the last of my bales. I took all the nicest ones like this. That's a nice one, right? And I took them first because I can stack them in the clear span and they will stack in there well. Like these ones have a tremendous amount of trefoil in them, and they're from the edge over there, that one there, the one that's on the spear. And they're very difficult to spear because when the spear hits it, they have a tendency they want to tip. So they're not a squared off bale like this one that's heavy duty in orchard grass and brome grass. So the cows love them. They absolutely love that trefoil. And so these ones, these ugly bales, they get fed first. And what's nice about this whole deal is I don't sell hay, and my nice bales like this, they're for my cows' enjoyment, and the ugly ones, they like them just as well. So all is well, and I'll give you a panoramic of the field now. We've got everything off, and then I've got another 4, 5, or 6 inches of growth already with that cloud burst we got last night. It really happens fast. It really does. And even my top field, let's see if we can get a shot of that up there. You see, it's brown. It's just brown. And when you walk on it, it crunches like you're breaking the grass. It even did green up a little bit. You can't see it from here, but as I drove through this morning, I could see a little bit of green at the base of the plant. So, it will right itself. Most of what we're doing here that we want to use, we're basically using the resources that are given to us here. Most of these resources are very forgiving in a lot of ways if you approach them the right way. I'll tell you what isn't forgiving is when you're going to put fertilizer down on the field, petrochemical fertilizer, and you forget that you used Roundup the last time you used that fertilizer, and you come out here and you spray all your fertilizer down, and then you realize that you've just killed everything. That's not forgiving. But let's say we make compost and then we bring that out here and we spread it. Let's say we can only get half the field. No big deal. It's going to be all right because we're going to get a little bit more, but we're also feeding the soil at the same time. It's not a money punch that if we don't apply it correctly, it's going to hurt us. So anyway, I'm getting the last of the hay up today. It's a Saturday. We had to move some things around to get it in. Maybe at the end of the day, I'll be able to make another video. I want to point you towards our YouTube channel. And that's where we archive all of these videos. And I'm just talking with a friend on the phone that's helping me with the Anyone Can Farm Homesteaders Guild, which is going to be a consulting program to where we guide people through the process of homesteading. And now your facilities are definitely going to be different than mine. It doesn't matter because we're just going to hit the basics. We're going to hit the basics and then have plenty of time in our weekly meetings to talk about the basics. You might not think about it, but something like soil, we could talk about that for 6 months. Something like water systems, again, 6 months. But all we're wanting to do with this consulting business is tell you that this is an essential piece. Here's the basics on it. Here's what I did. Here's what worked really well. Go for it. And then you go, and the next week we're able to come back and say, well, I tried this, but this didn't work, and what do you think? And that's consulting. That's where I say, oh, well, I did that one time, and that was dumb, and here's why. Or I've never done that, but maybe I'll try that because that's a good idea. Consulting is really cool because a lot of information flows back to you. And then we have this great idea that somewhere down the road we'll go and visit the farms of people who have taken our consulting class and showcase these and video it. It'll make some really cool content, and people will get to see what other people have done, which I think would be a great idea. I love going to other people's farms to see what they're doing. And I get ideas and I get inspired by other people's enthusiasm. But that's down the road. And I haven't even officially launched the program. But when I do, I will definitely let you know. I'm building my content now. I try to put out 2 videos a day on Facebook. And the reason I do that is because YouTube gives me a hard time when I go to upload stuff. It takes forever. With Facebook, it takes it right away. And then my wife later on catalogs and archives everything over on YouTube. So it's still there. You can still get it. And then our website is bakersgreenacres.com. And, there's some interesting things there too. But I think our brightest days for homestead farming are ahead. Okay? So it's Mark for Baker's Green Acres. Remember, anyone can farm.